Why do I need a battery for this guitar? They're cool, right? Active pickups, so cool. It makes me so irritated. Hey, so today we're going to talk about the top topics that beginners tend to pass over. And I know I certainly did it as a beginner. You probably have also done this as a beginner. But it's things that we need to put in our practice so that we can later on down the road accelerate our guitar capabilities. So, number one is music theory. You don't have to go into this giant theory trap, but you do need to know the basics, and you need to figure out how to understand the basics. And this video is not going to be me explaining music theory to you, just things I wish I would have done as a beginner that would have definitely molded my path different than what it is today. A good story of this is when I was 17 years old, I wanted to shred guitar, right? Everybody just wants to shred all over the guitar and do all this stuff. So I went to the guitar shop and I was like, hey, I want to learn how to shred. And the dude was like, oh, you want to shred guitar? All right, here's some music theory. And so I went, it was just like a G major scale. And it made me so mad because I said, why would I learn G major scale? How is that going to help me play guitar? And now fast forward to 12 years later, the exact thing I'm working on right now is music theory. I am working on scales, modes, and fretboard visualization. So don't overlook music theory, at least the basics. The second thing I would work on if I was a beginner or have been playing guitar for a little while would be to practice with a metronome. So many people overlook this process and they just get the guitar and they start playing things very fast and they want to get it done as quick as possible, right? So you kill two birds with one stone using a metronome, right? Sure, it starts out slow and it's kind of obnoxious to do, but what you're really working on is this feeling of the beat, and it's making sure that you can hit the note on time and make sure you can clearly ring out the notes and hear them. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's doing multiple things. So don't pass over the metronome. That's a very important process and important step that you should do. Finally, something I wish I would have done when I first started playing guitar was not get caught up in, and this is kind of strange, but this gear thing. They keep buying things and they think it's going to improve their sound and they don't know how to utilize it and they just want to sound great straight out of the box, whatever the situation is. A new amp, a new guitar, whatever it is. If you're not good at guitar or if you don't sound good on guitar now, a new piece of equipment most likely isn't going to make you sound better. It's not going to make your skill set go better. A new piece of equipment might make the sound of the guitar itself. If I play, right now I'm using Neural DSP. If I play this chord, right, it sounds beautiful. If I was to go play that on a 1920s whatever amp that I found at a yard sale, of course it's going to sound like a 1920s yard sale amp. But Neural DSP doesn't make me a better player. If anything, maybe it inspires you to want to play more. But just try not to get stuck in these gear things, right? You don't have to, that's what we all do. We all chase, it's a hard trap, but we have the Gibson guys, we have the Fender guys, we have the Strandberg guys, we have the Bossy guys, we have the XYZ, whatever brand, which is cool. It's cool. Those guitars are cool. And yeah, some are built better, but as a beginner, don't sit here and keep saying to yourself, oh, if I get this guitar, I'm going to play better. I'll be better when I get that guitar. No, don't wait and don't make excuses. If I have this piece of equipment, I will get better. Just practice doing the things that I said before. Scales. Look up a little music theory. Play with a metronome. Even getting with friends. Playing with a band. If you can get some dudes together or dudettes and just play music, that's huge. That's something like I'm striving for, because I know what happens is everybody sharpens each other's abilities and you get feedback from your band, you get this from your band. So a little bit bouncy video, but that's just the main things. This is kind of a pre-warning to beginners because everything's situational. What I want to do on guitar might not be the same as what Mario wants to do on guitar, right? I might want to create my own music, and Mario might want to play Led Zeppelin cover songs, right? So maybe it's not beneficial for him to learn the whole encyclopedia of music theory. Or maybe Mario wants to be, who knows? Everything's situational, but you need to learn these things because, like I said, from my own experience, if I could go back to high school self me and say, hey, you need to learn music theory, I would be so much further ahead in my game of what I'm trying to accomplish because now I'm working on learning that stuff. Where if I already had it in my repertoire of stuff, right, I could just be like, oh, we're in C major. That's the Ionian mode. And again, it's all situational, but what's not situational is practice, metronome, a little music theory, just a little. Let me know what you would do different if you could go back to your past self and maybe mold your music career or music life, what you would do different. And if you disagree with anything I said, that's fine. It's, like I said, it's all situational. Please drop a comment below and tell me what you would do or what advice you would give beginners to help them on their journey. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.